Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope that you'll consider subscribing. And if you like this video while you're watching, please give it a thumbs up and also leave a comment. Today I'm going to go over or review the Instant Eye Palette Smoky Eyes Are Forever from Charlotte Tilbury. In my last video, if you watched it, I mentioned that I had earned a $100 reward from Sephora, and so I picked up two palettes. I reviewed the other palette, which is the new Huda Beauty palette. If you want to check that out down below, I did review it and I did an eye look with it. So today we're going to do Charlotte's palette. This is her new holiday palette, and look at how stunning this packaging is. So the first palette that I bought from Charlotte Tilbury was last year's holiday palette. This is also stunning. It feels like very sleek. And this is the color story from last year, which is really beautiful. The reason why I decided to buy another holiday palette from her, I was going to skip on it, but I really enjoy this palette so much. I mean, her shadows blend out really beautifully. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like a silkiness. It just glides over the eyes and it's not really powdery, and it's just such a beautiful formula in my opinion. So this is this year's color story. So I do think it's different from last year's. I mean, maybe this one right here looks a little similar to last year's, but I do like the greens are initially what got me were the greens, but I also like this one right up here. And then these three right here are beautiful too. And that was just from me watching some people review it, some content creators review the palette. And each of the looks that they did turned out really nice. And they also had a lot of good things to say about the palette. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to get it again this year. I'm going to get the new color story. And, you know, and I think I'm just really going to enjoy it. So I wanted to review it for you here. Now, inside each of these, you get this little... it's almost like a little map, if you will. So it'll tell you, for example, I think it says prime, enhance, and smoke. So it tells you like which ones that you should use where. I mean, of course you can use, what's nice about these is you could kind of move around the palette. This is last year's again. So you have, you know, 4 different looks, or you could kind of go in between. And it's kind of like what Natasha Denona does when she says smoke, crease, outer. It's almost like a little map, if you will, for those who are not very versed on doing, you know, really creative eye looks. Like, I wish I could be really good at that. When I watch other people do eye looks and I see them moving around a palette and I see how it comes together, it's probably one of the most satisfying kind of videos that I like to watch on YouTube is, you know, seeing how somebody does making a look, blending it out, and having it all come together. So I think I already know which one I want to use today. I'm so curious about this one. It looks a little orangey, like a little on the orange side. When I've seen it on people, I don't know how to describe it, but it has like a deeper sort of reddish gold orange shade to it. So I really want to see how that comes out on me and how that looks. And that's the one that I want to do today. So looking at our little map here, it says that this one here is the prime shade. So I'm going to go in with that shade first. And I'm going to use a rephyr number 2 brush. It is clean. I wiped it off in my little switch here. So I'm just gonna, and right away I could see there's a little tiny bit of kick up in the pan. And that's what I mean. You see how that looks like sort of like an orangey gold shade? And it doesn't really look like that in the pan. So it's interesting how it comes out on the eyelid. But you can see how effortless this is going onto my eyelids. It's really nice. Please ignore my dog barking in the background. I'm actually pre-filming because I work and I travel, you know, I have a bit of a commute. And so it's kind of hard for me to film during the week after work. Sometimes I'm a little tired, and so I like to try to pre-film on the weekends, and so this will go up during the week. I might post a little earlier than I usually do, just because the Sephora sale is going on now. Okay, so the second shade is Enhance. So I think that's this shade in the middle here. So I'm gonna take my rephyr 13. I'm gonna clean it off, make sure there's nothing on it. And then I'm gonna dip into that shade. And yes, there's a little bit of kick up. And I guess Enhance is like doing what I'm doing. So I'm just laying it down in the corner and I'm bringing it in. And I have to tell you, so far, I don't usually wear shades like this, but I really like this a lot. I think it's so pretty. Like I said, when I've seen these looks done by on videos, it's like, wow, I didn't think that color story was going to look like that. Okay, that's how we're looking so far. And then the smoke shade, I'm going to clean off my rephyr 14. I always use these brushes when I'm doing eye looks. And I'm going to go into this shade right here. So that's the last one. And by the way, the little color story in the palette, this is called Happy Eyes. So I'm just deepening up the outer corner. And I'm also going to smoke out my lower lash with this one. They're just so, this one is just like last year. It's just so easy to blend out. I like that. I'm going to take this brush. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the manufacturer of this one. And this is just, I like this brush because I like to kind of just soften the edges up in this area so there's not such a harsh line. Especially with like a palette like this that has a lot of pigmentation. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to take my rephyr again, my rephyr 14. And I'm going to go back in with that smoke shade, which is that one right there. It's kind of dark. And I'm going to just very lightly go underneath my eyes. You can see that. Do the other side. Okay, I think that looks good. I like that. I like the way that came out. Okay, so I'm going to just take some liner and I'm going to change it up a little bit today. I'm going to go in with this Nabla liner instead of doing black. And the name of this shade is Cupid's Arrow. I actually got this in one of those Trend Mood boxes when the Nabla did like a takeover, and I really like these. They're really nice. They really go on effortlessly. And it came with like 2 different brown shades. One's a little bit lighter, but I think the darker one will look good with this. So I just went in on my inner rim there and lined that. Yeah, that looks good. And then on the top, I'm gonna go in with the double take. I've been using this a lot in my last couple of videos. I just really like this. I did order 2. I got 2 more of these because they were half off, and I got one in brown. So if I had that, that's what I would use today. But I also ordered the milk one. My Sephora order hasn't arrived yet. And I also ordered the Huda Beauty one, which Babs Beauty recommended because it had such a thin point. And I like that because I'll be able to get really close on the inner part of my eye. But I really like the Tarte, so I would highly recommend this one. I really enjoy using it, and it's easy to use. And I've used it in my last couple of videos, so I've kind of talked quite a bit about it. So I'm just going really close to my lash line. Just to kind of deepen that up before I do mascara. And I don't always do this, but I have to tell you, I feel like it really like finishes off my look when I do that. It makes your eyelashes look thicker. I think that's what I read, or that's what I've heard. Anyway, so we're gonna go in with, this guy is on its last legs, my Lancome Hypnose Drama. I love this mascara. It's one of my favorites, and I always go back to it. I don't know if I have a backup because there's another one that I also use that I like from Lancome, and that really makes my eyelashes look very thick. But the Hypnose, it gives you like some volume, and then it also gives you length. So that's what I like about it. But I have a few mascaras that I've been working through, and now that they're finally coming to the end, I could feel like I can open up some new ones and start trying some of the new ones I've got. But nonetheless, I almost always go back to the Hypnose because I just really, it's a mascara. It's like a staple mascara in my collection. Okay. Let's pull this tape off before I forget to do that. And hopefully they're even. Yeah. Let me just take that brush again and just kind of there we go. I think what I also need to do is go back in a little bit on this side with that smoke shade and just kind of fill that in ever so slightly. Yeah, the tape was in the way, and so I had to like just get back in there a little bit. and fix that. I think that looks better. So that's the finished look using this palette and using the Happy Eyes. So I mean, you could see how the palette performed. It performed really nicely. I can't wait to try some of the other shades. I love the packaging on this. I think this is so beautiful. I definitely think that this is a winner. I would definitely recommend it. If you haven't tried her eyeshadows, or if you have, and you know, her little quads are quite pricey, these are really a good value too. So, you know, yes, they're pricey, but the little quads, you get like 4 of them, and this is like, you know, a little bit more than that, and you get, you know, you get like 12 shades. So it's really nice, and that's what I like about our holiday palettes. I can see myself buying these each year because I really do like the way they perform, and I really like this look. I like the way this one performed this time. And I like it from the last year as well. And I still enjoy it. It's still working really nicely. It's not dried up. There's no hard pan. It's still going. So if this one is in your point of view and you know, you want to get it, I highly recommend getting it during the sale. The Rouge is still on at the moment. I think the 9th is when the rest of the other levels are able to start shopping. So I have that I could put that information down below, but it is on my last 2 videos. I have a recommendations video, and I have the Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette that I also reviewed, and there's information about the sale in there as well. So thank you for watching. I hope that you will consider subscribing, hit that like button, comment, let me know. Are you going to pick it up? And what have you picked up, and what do you plan on picking up during the sale? So thanks for stopping by and watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.